Hello everyone, and welcome to another quick update on the progress um, of my scenario Tigers Lash Out at Ladoga of Tide of Iron. Here you can see the two Russian units that made it off the board, and that's 2 points. So at this moment that would be a major German victory, even though, as you can see, there are hardly any German units left. However, it does seem to be a pretty tough scenario for the Russians. Admittedly, things didn't go very well for them on turns 1 and 2. Whatever they did, they just couldn't hit anything, and so it took them a long time to breach the German front lines. My previous playtest, they had a lot of trouble taking this objective as well. And it's not so much that they need it. I mean, they don't even get any points for it. Obviously, it's a German one. But in the end, it makes a difference between the Germans getting just this one command point or getting 3 points. And that makes a big difference, for instance, with cards such as the ones that you can see here, that they can either buy or not buy because they simply don't have enough command. Cards like Frozen Solid, no fuel, out of ammo. Those are extremely useful for the Germans. In this particular playthrough, we also had the ace bail out. Already cleaned up the card, but it basically means that, or actually it was a narrow escape. The ace was destroyed, but there was another tank in the same hex. The crew bailed out. You get to roll 4 dice, and for every 5 or 6, you get to place a squad with the number of actually 5s and 6s that you roll in the same hex at a movement cost of 2. And in this particular point, there was another tank in there in the same hex, so it boarded it right away. It was subject to op fire, but there was no op fire. So that's basically an action that you take potentially within the enemy's turn. So even though the ace was destroyed by a very good shot, a combined fire attack by the Russians, it escaped and another tiger became the ace. So some changes I've already made from my last playtest is that the Germans receive 1 fewer tiger, and march hexes, which are normally prohibited for vehicles, can be entered at a movement cost of 3. I've done some research, and it seems that as long as it was freezing hard enough, those marshes would actually freeze, and it was actually possible for vehicles to enter. So at a movement cost of 3. You can see that the infantry also made it pretty close to the exit hexes, but yeah, they would have needed 1 more turn. So yeah, you basically have to just keep moving with them as much as you can, and then you can get pretty close to the exit hexes. It is, of course, a good German strategy to simply block the hexes that are not marshes because it costs far fewer movement points to enter. But you can see lots of T-34s were destroyed and everything. There are some units here that I had enough command to buy, but of course they would never reach the edge of the board. But the Russians in the end get so much command, but that's okay, that they can basically buy anything they want, but it doesn't really make much of a difference when it comes to the outcome of the scenario. So yeah, those are a couple of changes I've made. Again, it's a hard scenario for the Russians, so what I will probably do is change the victory conditions somewhat, that a 0 or 1 point exited would be a major German victory, and 2 or 3 would be a minor one, and 4 or 5 a minor Russian one, and 6 plus a major Russian one. The Germans did make some mistakes in this scenario. They were too aggressive with their round 2 reinforcements. They saw an opportunity to damage or destroy a T-34, and they launched forward, which they probably shouldn't have done. That didn't work out very well for them. But yeah, so all in all, very enjoyable scenario with a couple of changes, and I already think it works pretty well. But let's see if there are some more tweaks that have to be made. Thank you for watching and see you on the next one.